All right, we are now starting properly on this beautiful Sunday. I've got my wonderful guest Mordekaiser hot off his top 32 in the Modern Challenge on Sunday, but I'm playing a different challenge list from wonderful brewer, innovator, and excellent competitor Chris Giglio is correct, who is in the chat right now. Check out his stuff. He is a baller, supplies many deck lists to Doomwake and or collaboratively brews with him. I'm not 100% sure on that relationship, but definitely like a connected chunk of really talented players and content producers and grinders. So they're all wonderful. And you can check them out. So this deck is I'm never going to get that straight. Giglio's Gruul Delirium. So the reason that we're calling this Gruul Delirium is just like so many decks in Modern, we're playing the super powerful package of Dragon's Rage Channeler along with Lightning Bolt, Unholy Heat, and Mishra's Bauble. This means you can get Delirium incredibly quickly, at which point Dragon's Rage Channeler becomes a 3/3 flying monster. Similar to, but probably better than Delver of Secrets. And then we've got Unholy Heat in here as well. Which obviously just melts almost any creature or planeswalker in the format for 1 mana. Then we got 4x Ragavan because it's just about the most powerful thing you can do. But the fun thing about this deck and a lot of the other ones I've been enjoying in Modern recently is the combination of Ragavan with Urza's Saga. So the treasure tokens not only give you the mana to leverage your Sagas really well, but they also power up your constructs. And they provide you with velocity for all sorts of other things in your deck. So while Ragavan usually eats a removal spell, when it doesn't, it just starts spiraling games out of control. And even decks that play 8 1-mana removal spells, they just won't always have it. Also, sometimes you can sort of play around it in certain ways. Extra Ragavans have dash, so that's great. Then we get to the real crux of the deck, which is the true Delirium card. In addition to Dragon's Rage Channeler, is Traverse the Ulvenwald. This makes this deck into a toolbox deck, which I know myself and my guest here, Mordekaiser, absolutely adore. You could say hi now, Mord.
Hi, how are you doing, guys? I just love a good tutor.
Yeah, for a long time, I've had the feeling that some of the best decks in Modern exist because they have access to a toolbox package, and this one is no exception. Whir Prison and Amulet Titan were some of the first ones that sort of ticked me off to like, oh, hey, all these decks with tutor packages can get out of anything. As long as their core strategy is powerful enough, that's a big deal. So this card says, for a single green, you search your library for a basic land card, reveal it, put it in your hand, then shuffle. So that kind of sucks. But if you have Delirium, which this deck basically always does, you get to search for any creature or land card. So this was a staple of some 3 and 4 color Death Shadows deck for a while in Modern. Those decks often had the problem of being a little bit too vulnerable to graveyard hate. This deck is not invulnerable to graveyard hate between Wrenn and Six, Dragon's Rage Channeler, Unholy Heat, and the Traverse, which becomes a very mediocre card. But the thing is, the battlefield pressure from this deck, just like the food decks, is just so powerful. And this deck does not have the problem of the Cookbook Oval Chase engine getting chopped down by that same graveyard hate. In addition, you're not playing anything like that can be prismatic ending in the early game. So you're just opting for more good cards instead of like hyper synergistic engines. To that effect, we have the ultimate just good card, Tarmogoyf. It's just a beater. It's just the biggest, thickest boy on the ground. And with the proliferation of red removal in the format, and the way all the decks are dumping all their stuff into their graveyards, this is routinely a 6/7, which means it won't die to an Unholy Heat, which means your opponent probably gets 2 for 1 at some point, trying to deal with your Tarmogoyf, unless they're playing some very specific removal. Then we have, as I mentioned, the Wrenn and Six. Wrenn and Six plus Urza's Saga was Jig's impetus for creating and exploring this archetype. I really love Urza's Saga and Wrenn and Six. I tried it in week 1 in a Teamer Urza game object shell, and it was incredibly powerful there, although we hadn't really solved the food engine. And I moved off of that before I was able to do the really in-depth exploration of this. The person who's done the most work on this previous to now is probably Fran in his Naya Reclaimer deck, which I have a video of on my YouTube, which is really, really great. And you can find other people who have played that and have posted about it online as well as the last Modern streamer, F. Paulus, who plays that deck frequently. So Wrenn and Six plus Saga is awesome in that one. And then, of course, since we're playing Traverse, we have the Traverse Tutor package. And this is kind of the coolest part of the deck, just generally speaking. We've got a Bonecrusher Giant, we've got a Seasoned Pyromancer. Each of these is a 2-for-1, or Seasoned Pyromancer sometimes even better in a lot of cases, as well as Bonecrusher being a removal. Tireless Tracker is one of the best grinding engines you could possibly have if you get into that kind of game. We'll see if this comes up. Jig says he's pretty high on it. I'm not sure. Tireless Tracker in Modern, other than an Amulet Titan, has always been a bit of a letdown for me. But hopefully it is, because I love this card. I think I own 4 of them in paper, and I just love the way this card works. It's just almost never good enough for what Modern is. Endurance, of course.
Slow.
Yeah, Tracker's really slow. Well, and it's really hard to have it be Lightning Bolt proof the turn it comes down, and it always dies to Fatal Push. So it's just one of those cards that, like, but then the reason it was so good in Titan is sometimes they'll have a situation where, like, on turn 3 or 4, they're like, I have an Isuza in play. Bounce land, bounce land, bounce land. I made 3 clues. Just like that it synergizes with Saga. Well, it synergizes with Saga, it synergizes with Wrenn and Six. Like, there is some good synergy here. 100%. And only playing 1 is, like, the best place to be with it. So, like, I totally support its inclusion. Endurance is a great one of. Clothis as well for grindy games against anything that's actually going to threaten your life total. This card is just sometimes unbeatable for control decks too. And then Fury, although less so with Prismatic ending, and then Fury. I assume Tracker synergizing with Saga is for the clues. Yeah, they enormous constructs. No. You're thinking the wrong way, Jig. You can just kill people, because you have to remember that this is an aggro deck, right?
Did you ever consider the other tracker?
Oh, Tireless Provisioner?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Chiga mostly. I think this deck wants mana more than it wants resources.
But you... I don't know about that. Like, everything in this deck is pretty cheap, and, like, Wrenn and Six... Like, as soon as you hit Wrenn and Six, if you get on, like, 5 mana with this deck, you could, like, triple spell almost every turn.
Yeah. Yeah, you might be right. It's just... Might be right. See, I was... that's what she is saying. I was exactly thinking that. Saga is really mana hungry.
I mean, I agree with that, but, like... what is Tireless Provisioner? It's a glimpse of tomorrow card.
It's tracker that makes treasures or food on ETB. So treasures instead of clues.
Yeah. And it doesn't technically have landfall for some reason. Or does it? No, it does. Tracker doesn't.
Tracker doesn't have it.
Tracker doesn't have it. It's a fucking crime.
Tracker is the best landfall creature, and it doesn't have landfall.
Here, let's just put it in the chat. Yeah, this one does have landfall.
I think this one is a bit better than Tracker in the deck.
Oh, I know, Mike. Both of those draw me crazy. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't grow on you sacrificing treasures / food, because if it grew in response to you sacking treasures, that would be obscene.
Yeah, just make 5 mana interesting at +5/+5.
But the fact that it can make treasures or food is like a really interesting flexibility. So this hand sucks. Not keeping that one. 6 lands, not where I want to be. This one is super sketchy. I kind of want to keep it and just like bottom the
100%.
Traverse.
100%. What of the spear?
Yeah, the spear.
It's so close. It's so good.
Is it time to get punished? Are we just ready?
That's how it goes, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'll keep a powerful hand and get punished. My body's ready. Yeah, and then might as well Bauble, because if I can hit the red-green on 2, it's better. And we don't know if we're against discards, so we'll fire this off on their upkeep. Thalia's Lieutenant. Okay, safe from removal. Probably they're going to have a blocker, but we're safe from removal. Most likely. Unless it's like red-white human taxes.
Giglio keeps.
Well, he says easy keep, but you got to remember I'm a moron. So we got to go more slowly for me usually. All right, we got 2 shots at a green here.
Please no. No.
No, they can't ending with this. Yeah, it's just champion. All right. Off the top. Come on, baby. Oh!
So close.
Yeah. I think we're just playing Saga. Well, I mean, I can attack first and then play Saga afterwards.
Yeah, opponent is 100% blocking, and I'm happy killing that creature.
Yeah, I mean, we know they have a Thalia's Lieutenant, so it's like, there's... I mean, they might not. Maybe they'll be crazy. Maybe they'll be like, well, there's no way he'd attack if he had removal. Let's play the Saga here.
Yeah, Saga, say go.
Yeah. And then...
I was talking about this the other day on stream. It sucks when you keep a hand that you know is mathematically good for like it increases your chances of winning, but at the same time, it's really likely to be really boring to see.
Wow! That place sucks.
Yeah.
All right. Am I dropping in the Islet here, or the second Saga?
Play the Saga. Don't take any damage. Start making creatures.
Sure. No. I know, but then we lose a chapter on this one.
Yeah, I don't think this is a grindy matchup. I think this is a like getting a 4-4 and win.
Okay, that's not a Mantis Rider. Oh, maybe it still is a Mantis Rider. No, they just don't know what they're doing. Second Lieutenant? Always the second Lieutenant.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
It's fine. It's not so fine.
It was almost fine for a second.
Yeah. Man. I think I need to make the second construct, but
yeah.
There's no Springleaf Drum in this deck either, huh? Not that there should be, I'm just saying there isn't one. Yeah,
I think we could just play the Seasoned Pyro. Discard Traverse and Run and Six. No, not Run and Six. Ragavan.
Yeah.
Make the bodies, get the green source, and then we can just, like, eventually we just grind with the Wrenn and Six.
Yeah. And I can get Pyrite Spellbomb here as a future piece of removal.
Yeah.
It's probably better than Shadow Spear right now.
Yeah, it's a lot better.
Oh. All right.
Hey, are you playing Greenlands, Zach, in your mono red deck?
I didn't build this deck. Why aren't we playing the Horizon land that's red-green? That's the real question.
Why aren't we playing Sean Tryon?
Yeah, exactly. Okay, that's good. It's a good sign.
Yeah, nothing you love more to see than your opponent doing that.
So this is fine. It grows the lieutenants, but we can Pyrite Spellbomb it to get our bolt back.
The Pyrite Spellbomb is going to save our asses.
Maybe. We'll see.
I mean, the fact we can still bolt the small one is incredibly important.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, because we get to Pyrite the Kite Sail, bolt the small one, and then we have lots of chump blockers. So this turn I'm probably taking the 3 off the small lieutenant, and I'm going to chump block the large one.
It depends on whether he has another 1-drop or not. If he has another 1-drop, this can get really bad.
Yeah.
He doesn't, that's fine.
Yeah, it's pretty unlikely.
I think we just block the 5.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to do. It's not actually Teamer Canada Man. There was a Teamer Saga list, but this one is straight red-green. It just happens to have a Fiery Islet in it.
What do you get from running Teamer? I'm wondering.
It's like Stubborn Denial and just like a couple other things like that.
Oh, okay, makes sense.
Yeah, it's not a big deal, but let's see if we draw. Jeez.
I think I prefer just taking to Gruul or Shan.
Sorry? You
And
prefer
then prefer the, no. I'm wondering if we should make the token. I don't think we do though. Like the construct is a 3/3 now. Just let it go. Fuck
Yeah.
mana.
But I just can't do anything with this mana.
Yeah. No green in top like 6, 7 cards of the deck is really bad.
Yeah. Now I think I'm getting Shadow Spear.
Yeah. You could also get Mishra, but not that good.
No, I mean it would be a redraw because like this mana is just literally going to do nothing this turn.
Yeah.
So we just do this now, I assume. Well, I don't need to. They don't have a Aether Vial. Is it crazy to equip the construct and crack in for 4? Yeah, like.
I think it's.
But this means that if this grows one more time, we're fucked.
Yeah, exactly. That was my problem with this.
Yeah, but I mean, but if we just get moving towards like, I have some good blocks right now. I should have attacked with a Seasoned Pyromancer here too.
I don't think so. I kind of like blocking with the season.
We'll see.
Like not too long from now.
Yeah. Sack Islet with colorless. I mean, we're already so choked on mana, Canada, man. If we did that and we didn't hit the land, it would be basically game over, right?
Yeah.
And this deck does not play that many lands. Like, it's 21 for how mana hungry it is. Oh, no, it's Reflector Mage. Or worse. All right, we're just dead, I think. There's no way out of this. This is just too much. They had it all. And we weren't drawing out. It's fine. We missed the green way too early, like a lot early. All right, so Run Afoul is probably not awful, but Pithing Needle's probably okay if they have Aether Vial, and then Unholy Heat is good, and that's probably it. Yeah. All right. Don't need Endurance. Well, Endurance is actually okay. Bonecrusher is okay. Spyro's okay. Most of these creatures are fine. Soul Guide we definitely do not need. Fury's the nuts. So, like, I'm inclined to cut a little bit of this. Although, this is not a good Ragavan matchup, right? I mean, I know I'm on the play, but...
I think I want to cut the Ragavans 100%.
Yeah. No, Magus of the Moon is the opposite of what you want to do. Endurance bad. Endurance blocks Mantis Riders and Kite Sails, and it's just a 3/4 with reach. Like it's just a house against humans a lot of the time.
Yeah, I like it as a big blocker with flash.
Yeah, like sometimes you leave all your mana open. They're like, well, they've got some removal. Like I'll attack with everything, and you're like, oh, crush you, and it's like, oh yeah, shit. Which like I'm probably never tutoring for it, but if I just draw it, yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Humans is like it's just one of those matchups I played against enough times at one point in my life that I just never forget it. You want Engineer Explosives? I think I can cut the last monkey for 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now I'm happy. You know they don't like sweepers? Well, you have to have a good sweeper, though. And the problem with sweepers is a lot of the time they get taken out of your hand. So we can go Fetch, Shock, Traverse, and we'll have Double Bolt. But we're not going anywhere with this hand. Double Bolt and Pyrite's pretty good. No, Charmaw is going to be a 5-mana 4/4. You'd keep? Alright.
Yeah, I don't it can be a 4 or 3 mana 4/4 actually, but
I mean
because of
it
Taverns
can be, but like
yeah. I wouldn't say what it did. Like
yeah.
I agree with you.
I'm gonna fetch Shock just get this Traverse off now. I don't wanna wait.
I think I just say go if you rather like Okay, like I would have said go. Like
Fine,
you don't
whatever.
need anything from doing this.
It's
I
fine.
think.
It's fine. Yeah.
And if you don't like the land, you would rather keep that in hand.
Yeah, I guess so.
Or I like playing explosives on 1 now.
You do? Already?
I mean, you can just say more than go. Yeah, you can say more than go. That's
yeah,
fine.
like I don't know. That's Kite Sail. We're just gonna kill the champion now. Or do I kill the Kite Sail and take the 2? No, kill the champion now. They have a lot more 2s than they do 1s, I think. It's like 8 and 8. Oh, but the Run Afoul now has a target. That's important.
He might just need to take out the Run Afoul, make use the Bolt.
Yeah. Well, but I can
think
use the Pyrite here.
Yeah.
I'm just
Can we
gonna
just play Pyrite say go?
Yeah, exactly. And then we'll see what they deploy next. They can get a free point of damage if they have it.
I have no idea why they take explosive, which was our worst.
I don't know either, but I'm okay with it. Oh, that's why. So I'm just gonna Run Afoul them now. Because this has the least targets. Next turn, if I don't hit a land, I'm probably cycling this.
Yeah.
Hi, Larynx. I love that emote. Roo, mad, slam.
I think the best part about Larry is the emotes he rings to each head.
Yep.
That's all you are, Larry, for us.
I think I just play the big boy here.
Yeah, I have played the big wave.
And then worst case scenario, they have like Reflector Mage or... No, Deputy's not really a problem. Because then we just go Pyrite into Bolt. This deck is better when we draw a green source. Although I really wouldn't mind that Wrenn and Six that was rotting in my hand all of last game. Just saying. I'm just saying I wouldn't mind it. I'm not saying I need anything from this world. Wow. Oops, all Kite Sails. Pirate squad rolling up.
Our opponent playing mono free water.
Yeah, mono black humans. Oh, that's really bad. What a draw. Right,
That's a good draw.
We need a bolt. Oh, that's pretty good.
That works.
That's pretty good.
So play the season. This guy.
I'm attacking first. I don't want.
Okay.
Well, I just feel like normally you would yell at me for playing this Seasoned Pyromancer before combat when I was clearly going to get a free attack when they didn't know what I was going to play.
100%.
And I probably shouldn't have played the Saga, the Saga, but.
I mean, you had to play the Saga.
No, I mean pre-combat.
Oh yeah.
All right, we drew the Run
great.
Afoul, which is kind of sick. Assuming they don't play another flyer right now, that's really good.
I mean, if it gets rid of FEMA or Fantasy, it's great. So.
Fourth Kite Sail. Well, fourth Kite Sail would be okay though, because the fourth Kite Sail could get Pyrite Spellbomb.
Fourth Kite Sail to jump into the Dynamic.
This is Mantis Rider. Yeah.
Or Phantasma. Okay, that's fine.
No, it's not anything else. It's definitely Mantis Rider.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's fine. It's fine. Not great, but fine. Because when we Run Afoul of them, they basically have to sack the Mantis Rider.
Yeah, exactly. The Mantis Rider it's not dead, but it's dead already. Are they offering us? I think with double lock. Are they offering us that trade? Just double lock, just in case.
Just in case what?
I don't know.
I'm just curious. Like, do they have a Flash Human? I mean, it's
I
fine.
don't
Like,
think so.
yeah.
But what if they do?
You never know. Those wily humans. They've been destroying the planet for a long time.
But what if they play a 1-mana wall? I don't know.
So
Maybe they do.
I want to sorcery speed this.
Why? So okay, so they can,
because if they give me the engineered explosives,
you want to cast it on 2. I get it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. We still have a forest in the deck, but we can use our mana this way. It's fine.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
There's a forest in the deck. There is.
There is. Are we sure about that?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a very interesting timing opponent. Yeah, they just sacked the Mantis Rider. That was what I was expecting. But next turn we get Shadow Spear Goyf. Seems good. We should
have attacked with the Elemental.
Oh, I should have. You're right. I missed
Opponent would have been out at 7, so he had to block next turn.
Yeah.
And his mana base is extremely painful. City of Brass Canopy.
Yeah, and they were playing the other one, the other City of Brass last game.
Mana Confluence, yeah.
Yeah, very strange. Very, very strange. You can use !deck in the chat, Torpor Orb, to find out. Or you can look at my stream title and find out that we're making Tarmogoyf great again. Reflector Mage. That sucks.
That's bad.
Well, we still get a pretty big construct. And by pretty big, I mean 4/4?
But if the
oh my god, no. What more?
That's very much. Oh,
no. That's fine.
That's fine. That's fine.
That's just calling Tarmogoyf. I mean, it's not great, but it's fine.
It's fine because we have the Pyrite.
Yeah.
The only problem is we're going down to 2. I mean, 6, and then they have a children clock.
Yeah, I see it. Yeah, the triple kite sail into.
But we can attack with X. Now we can get a decently sized construct and equip it with Shadow Spear.
Not in this turn. We can't.
Why not?
Well, because this is a tap land, so I have to spend 2 mana. 3 mana to make a construct.
I prefer doing that and saying go with Pyrite Spellbomb over playing the Tarmogoyf, I think.
Well, we can't play the Tarmogoyf anyway.
No, I think maybe we don't do the. I think we don't do the Saga, the construct.
Okay.
Because let me see. If you do the construct, you get 2 3/3s and are then 2 Tireless Tracker or Mantis.
Yeah. No, you're right. We probably just equip Shadow Spear attack for what, 4? And then if they block, we have to kill the Meddling Mage, but that's fine.
Exactly.
Because this is about to be 3/3, 4/4.
Exactly. I think that's good enough to outrace them.
Yeah. I mean, this does suck though. Like we're just missing on so many things right now.
Yeah, I know. It sucks, but I think that's
no. I'm just noticing. Like again, we're falling short on all the plays that we like. It feels like we should be able to make.
Yeah. Opponent won't block.
No, they should. They should block exactly like this.
Yeah. We just kill we kill the meddling.
Yeah, and we only gain 3, which is huge. Like, it's definitely a big deal.
Why do we only gain 3? Because of,
because we chunked it.
And they let go. Now we are not dead to either Tireless Lieutenant or Mantis, and that's amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Okay, they're looking.
So I couldn't play the cards in my hand, Torpor Orb, because both the cards in my hand were Tarmogoyf, and they had played a Reflector Mage on the previous turn.
I saved us from failure.
You did. Well, so... no. I mean, I just hadn't gone through the motions of thinking about how this line ends up yet.
Oh, I know.
As soon as I did. I just hate losing constructs off the Urza Saga, and we were 1 mana away from having it, and we shouldn't have had to do that. Now I have Heat Bolt.
That's right.
But we can't kill this one, but that's okay. We're going to attack first, then we're going to play Tarmogoyf, then we're going to pass the turn?
No. I think you hit for the extra point of life of getting the construct. You can just play the construct for one. I'm wondering if you just want to cast explosives as a pump.
Oh yeah, I see. So heat, then.
Wait, you have lethal? No, you don't. No. Yes, you wait. You have lethal?
It could be. It depends on if they block or not.
I mean, even if they block, you attack with the elemental as well, and that's.
Oh yeah. You're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can always trust me not to find the kill line. Yeah, we got it. Yeah, we got it. But to be fair, I missed that 1 point of damage earlier, and it would have been relevant right here too.
Yeah, if we had been one short because of that, it would have been painful.
A woohoo! A woohoo! The best part is, like, we're still not even, like, as long as we had drawn one removal spell, we were good. Oh, the deck is good. Yeah. We just had some clunky draws already, but we managed to win. And, like, last game we could have easily won anyway. Despite
last game we draw half a green source in top 10 and we win.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it was really, really, really bad, the fact that we missed on green forever.
There is a huge thread going on Twitter about how unbalanced the play draw is in Magic right now. Which, of course, I think we can all agree, and I have no idea how that can be fixed.
I mean, printing less like Standard has a less distinct play draw difference. So yeah, the lower power the format, the less of a deal it is. But nobody wants to play low powered formats. They kind of suck.
Yeah, so. I sadly think that the only thing you can sort of do, Squatchy proposed something interesting, which was the player that drew 8 cards and didn't draw on his turn.
Yeah, I guess.
It gives you a bit more consistency in hand and can
find
ley lines and such.
That's a really interesting idea. I hadn't heard that one before.
Yeah, it seems really small. I never heard it. That's why I find it so interesting.
Yeah, I'm going to keep this. It's not great, but it's got some early removal and 2 lands.
It has double removal and a Tarmogoyf, so I'm really
and a Bauble.
And a big Tarmogoyf.
So on turn this is for pure crunchy discipline proper play. On turn 1, we play the Bauble, we Bauble ourselves before we play our land. Because
try and find what we want to do with the Pyrite Spellbomb, because we're 100% fetching you for turn 2.
Exactly.
Wow, that's nice.
Bolt on top. So we leave that right where it is, and now we're going to draw it, shock this, upkeep, bolt that.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that I figured that out as quickly as I just did, though.
Do we? I think I let them use the mana, bolt whatever he plays, and then Run and Six that.
Sure, that makes more sense. Because if they play a different 2-drop, we might not be able to bolt the different 2-drop. So if they play Kite Sail, yeah, this is better. But there was a world where what I came up with there was correct.
The only one outside is Talia plus 1-drop, I think.
Yeah, that would be bad. Yeah, but that's pretty unlikely.
And you also get punished by Talia itself, so it always hurts.
Okay, Meddling Mage probably means I bolt here. And then we play Wrenn and Six and pick up the land. This is going to name Lightning Bolt. It did last game, blind, and it will again.
Yeah, you're right.
Maybe it doesn't, but I'm not willing to take that chance here.
I know. I agree.
I could even just play Goyf here. It'll be at 4/5. But I think Wrenn and Six is better.
I would rather just Wrenn and 6 plus.
Well, actually, let's see if they miss the land. If they miss the land, it's easy Wrenn and 6 plus. Yeah, it's easy Wrenn and 6 plus. Wait, no, they missed the land. We just play. Oh, they named Wrenn and 6 anyway. We just play Urza, Saga, Tarmogoyf.
Yeah.
And we're just gonna crush them. They have no second mana, so they better hit it fast or they're really dead.
Opponent is ghosting if you want to cover your hand.
No, I don't care.
Okay, I found his name on yours, so
that's fine. I don't mind.
I know. I'm just saying it's confirmed. I don't want to. I know you hate it when I do that without saying it.
No. It's totally fine. It's totally fine. I'm glad to know. Hello, Drexy. Drexy. Hope you're having a good time. Hope Humans has been treating you well. Obviously, it's been a little rough in this match, but maybe you'll run into what does humans beat nowadays? Ad nauseum?
Maybe? Twiddlestorm.
Twiddlestorm, yeah. Twiddlestorm.
I mean, humans was born in the time where Storm was tier 1, and just naming gives a game with Meddling Mage into a free water was a lie.
So this is going to be Meddling Mage on what do you think? What do you think they could possibly name that they don't know is in my hand, quote unquote?
I mean, technically, knowing your hand, he will name explosives because he knows it. And if not, I think he should name Bolt. Like, he should name Bolt, but having perfect info for free means he names explosives.
Yeah. That's fine by me.
Come on, Drex, you can say hi in chat at least.
Yeah, at least come say hi in chat. At least give me a follow. At least give me a follow whether or not you win or lose this game.
Come on, dude. Just drop a follow. He named explosives, the girl. The nonchalantness of this guy. Yeah, I assume he was coasting during game 2 because of some decisions he made.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I said, wait a minute.
There we go. Listen, here's something 100% true though. If you are gonna ghost people, don't lie about it. Don't try to conceal it because it's not against the rules. So like, just be like, yeah, I ghost people. What?
I 100% agree with that. If you're ghosting, just ghost.
And if people want to stream, and I've said this before, if you want to stream, just know that you might get ghosted.
100%. Like I really.
Yeah, see, that's totally fine too because I'm here violating the TOS too. I've got 2 people playing right now, kind of.
Yeah, no one is touching you, Drexy.
I mean, it's like 1.25 people because I'm like really not helping, but yeah, no, exactly. Like you're totally fine. It's all good, Drexy. You are totally fine. Just come say hi and enjoy the environment.
I was touching you and doing something. It's just I was just telling Mana like he's going to use that advantage.
That's fine.
I
got the chat advantage. It's much stronger, right, guys? Right, everybody?
No. If there's something I learned while streaming is that chat advantage is nothing but about meme.
No, I mean, it's both. Like, sometimes it is an advantage, sometimes it's a disadvantage. Like, in my particular case, I get distracted by chat a lot.
If you were able to play as good as you do so without... Like, when you stream, you play poorly because you're thinking about other stuff.
Yeah.
And chat is not technically a disadvantage. Chat is an advantage, but it gets really nullified how small it is by the fact you're streaming.
Yeah. So we do this. We do...
Yeah, we also have the advantage of not playing a 2019 deck.
Oh my god. You guys are funny. I think I go... So, I'm setting myself up for something very powerful that has a chance to get punished this way. Or I could play more conservatively. And I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to do here. Oh, no, I think I know what I'm supposed to do here. We play this, and we just pass.
Do you have the dismember?
I love that. Opponent, do you have the dismember? You're in here. Do you have it?
Should I come back for the greedy play? Come on, tell me.
Let's see. So here I'm gonna kill the champion, I think. No, wait, I don't need to do... Well, no, we can see what they take first, right?
Yeah.
No, they're gonna stack their triggers, though.
Oh, yeah, you had it.
I mean, I'm really not worried about it with the way this is going, but I think I have to kill the champion now.
Yeah, you can just... I mean, you can wait for it to resolve just because, but yeah, you have to kill the champion.
But no, but the triggers, like, they can just stack the triggers so it doesn't... So I don't get a choice if they don't want to give it to me.
I mean, wait, you can give them the choice.
Okay.
I think, yeah, you can just give them the choice.
Oh, okay. Oh, I should put the thing on stream. So if they attack, I'm just gonna let it hit whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, for multiple reasons.
You can just start your turn by pinging Noble Hierarch.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm gonna do.
I mean, first make a construct now because you draw a land. Oh no, you don't have to draw a construct now.
No, I'm gonna do this. This is way better.
It was, yeah.
Okay. I'd like to go to combat opponent. Yeah.
What member?
That member.
This member. So now, Tracker, fetch, equip, kill. Yep.
Woohoo! Yeah, I did too, Drek. I bought it for Pioneer, actually. It was in my mono green Karn devotion deck.
Oh, I opened one in draft.
Construct smash! Shadow Spear strong. So, on this Week in Modern Mord, I think I'm going to do my very first interview, and it's going to be with Ragavan. How do you feel about that?
I think Ragavan deserves a good interview.
Yeah.
I think
we're going to need a monkey to English translation on screen, but that's okay. I'll figure it out.
Do we still have lethal? I think we do it, right?
Looks like it. Equip spear, make it...
I don't know if it's... Now, if he attacks, it's lethal. Rexy, you shouldn't attack.
Yeah.
Rexy, hold back.
It's too late.
All right.
It's too late, Mord. We can't stop him. He's mad with power.
He's not insane. We do what we could.
I need the mana from this, so we just send it again.
Yeah. I mean, you could tap it for mana.
No, I did. I said we need the mana from it, so I took the mana from it.
I think this deck should be playing like 2 Yavimashas.
2 Yavimaya?
Yeah, I think it's really good when it's...
It's legendary, though. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, but how often are you going to draw 2?
So 5 versus 3.
Wait, that's not lethal. You can just get lethal, right? By cracking the... Oh, no. Yeah, you can just crack the glue and have lethal with the ping.
Or I can... Wait, I can just crack... Oh, I see. Yeah. So now we just attack. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay, yeah, that explains it.
So Drexy was saying in chat, I know you guys can't see it, that they can't afford the Cavern of Souls, and that's tough. Yeah, totally. It didn't matter this game, which I'm glad. And again, like, for all that, if you're streaming a challenge and you care, use a hand hider. It's gonna make your viewer experience worse, period, in my opinion. So that's why you'll never see me using that. And if someone is stream sniping you, don't shame them. Just welcome them to your chat, you know? Because a lot of the time, 100%. It doesn't even matter.
I agree 100% with you, Seth. Like, I check if my opponent is watching. When my opponent is watching, I will do exactly what I did right now. Tell him, hey, at least leave a Samurai follow, you fat fuck. Yeah, then I will put a hand hider and be done with it. If I'm playing a challenge, if it's a league, I will just discuss my plays with my opponent.
Use a board hider too for extra secrecy. That was a cool thing. I love that for his partner thing, Aspiring Spike did the stream where he played Green Tron and he couldn't see his opponent's side of the battlefield.
That wasn't relevant in most cases.
Yeah, he just played Karn Liberty on turn 3, and sometimes your opponents concede.
Unless he plans started tapping for rare, and then he would worry.
Yeah, so I think on turn 1 we just go Fetch, Shock, Dragon Rage Channeler. Obviously, we'll wait and see what we draw, but I think this hand is fine.
Yeah, this is a keep. The only doubt is if we want to play Channeler turn 1, or make sure we can cast turn 2 Wrenn and 6, depending on the matchup.
Yeah, exactly. It's almost definitely Channeler on 1. It's definitely Channeler on 1.
It's definitely Channeler. Yeah. I love the instant Channeler.
I'm glad I bought my 4 Run and 6 long time ago.
I bought it not so long ago and it was painful, but now I have 4 for new.
Yeah. Well, that's why I bought them. I bought them in December 2019 when I sold my Mox Opals. Sorry, 2018? 2018. Is that right? No, 2019. What is time?
What is time?
What even is time? So we go Traverse for Mountain? Yeah. I'll just bin that because I'm about to shuffle.
Yeah. Mountain, just second. Yeah, we just go in on the hardness. Next turn, Wrenn and Six, ping your own dragon attack for 3.
Obviously, it's more damage.
Oh no, we have Ragavan. Abort the plan.
Compadres,
Abort!
it is
Abort!
imperative
Thanks
that we
for the
crush
follow
the freedom
there,
fighters
Yoshi
before the start
Hisa,
of the rainy season.
0524.
And remember, a shiny new
Yoshi
donkey
Hisa.
for whoever brings me the head
It has
of
an
Colonel
O.
Montoya.
It has an O, Zach.
Huh? Sorry?
It has an O in the name.
Yeah, Yoshi Hisa. That's what I said.
Maybe.
I know
Maybe
what
you're
shapes
right.
my mouth made.
Hmm.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, right.
So, Wrenn and Six, Fetch Shock, Dragon Rage Channeler?
I think.
I mean, Bauble first.
Start with Mishra, Bauble, yeah.
Yeah. I think we just bin that, right?
Yeah. We have to be fast. We cannot grind this opponent.
Yeah. I think the way to get the most damage into play is Wrenn and Six into second DRC.
I think so as well.
Yeah. Like, it's obviously, like, I have 2 Sagas in my hand that I would prefer to play, but it's just not... That, I leave that right there.
Yeah.
Oh, but I'm going to shuffle it away. Damn it.
Yeah, it was the same because you already have like double land.
Yeah. There's no way... No, that's fine.
And there's no way it's not the play to just slam it down.
Yeah, it's absolutely not. No, I don't care about this, right? I don't think I care about this.
I don't think you care at all.
If they have Verdict, like, they can just main phase a Verdict.
And it will curve the same.
Right, exactly. Like, if they instant speed the Verdict or the main phase the Verdict, it's fine.
We are dead regardless.
Yeah. Okay, that's okay. They're drawing the Valky. So if they have BTL this turn, they can't get Tybalt, maybe. Unless they have a second
That's
one.
right.
Oof. Not my favorite draw. So we're just pushing damage here and just trying to... Yeah. That's a problem. Oh, we're scooping now. It's over.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
That was tough.
I mean, they were on the play. We had a slow hand. They had everything they needed to tempo us back and kill us.
Yeah.
So it's fine. Did you show me the base for the deck? You showed me a deck last night that was basically like Jeskai Murktide control, but I don't know if that applies to everything. What is up, Badagaboosh?
Bush.
Badagaboosh.
Badagaboosh.
It's a great name because it's fun to say.
Badagaboosh.
Yeah, Badagaboosh. Oh, okay. Tony, Idaho, what up, Doge? All right, so we want the Alpine Moons, I think. And probably this bad boy. I mean, it's not good against... No, this is probably too expensive, right?
Yeah.
I've seen this played in this matchup before, but I don't know if it's right.
Is Giglio here?
He went AFK for a bit, so I don't know.
We got betrayed.
No, he's just...
Betrayed.
I think I want the 4th Heat because this kills Dryads.
Yeah, you need the heats.
This is definitely everything from the... Oh, no. There we go. I don't think we need that. I kind of want this. It's not very good, though. So we're cutting down our tutor package to, like, basically this, but I think I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Like, anything else is just going to be really slow.
I'm wondering. Yeah, I don't think we want anything else.
No, I don't think so.
I actually love Timeless Dragon, Halsey.
Yeah, I like it a lot, too. The thing is, it's never a feels great kind of card. Like, no. It's very slow and fair. It's a blue-white control player's dream.
But, no, I also like to say, I don't like it in Azorius or Shekagod. I love it in, like, Absan.
Sure.
I think Absan is bad, but if you're running Absan, you should run Timeless Dragon.
I kept this hand. This may actually be bad. Yeah, this is actually probably too slow, but maybe we get a little bit lucky. Well, it just depends on what your deck's trying to do, though, Halsey, because the Murktide Regent will never be multiple bodies. It's a much faster, more resilient clock, but it can't... Yikes! Well, that sucks.
Now we are not coming off fast clock.
Well, we just go this way.
Yeah.
Like...
What is Swamp there?
That's Murktide Regent.
Who calls it Swamp there?
It's a Halsey.
What are you doing with your life, Halsey?
That's a funny name. It's a dragon. It's from a swamp.
It's a Regent.
Well, yeah, sure. It's the king of the swamp.
Okay.
All right. They have successfully... Do I want to surveil in response here? I guess if I put the card in my graveyard, they can exile it right away, but that's fine. I'd rather try to massage. Yeah, so I don't want that right now. They can exile it now. That's fine. It is technically correct for you to do this, opponent, so I don't mind.
Fire and Ice is weird from them.
It's pretty good right now.
Yeah.
It's just like generally a good meta call. It's like Electrolyze, but it can't draw a card, but it comes down earlier.
It's like Electrolyze, but cool.
No. It's like Electrolyze, but awful. But better. Like Ice is better.
Ice is the better part.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah, no, but fire is a pretty good card right now. Like I've seen a lot of games that have been really messed up by your opponent playing fire.
I just hate losing to like when the Wooded Foothills goes like turn 1 land, turn 2 tap your land, turn 3 just kill you.
Yeah, I mean that's exactly why it's good. But like, is it any better when that happens, but then you have Force of Negation, but then they just have another one anyway, or like, the other one is like the normal play from Cascade is they go on 3 and you're like, okay, I'm ready to interact with you. And they're like, okay, pass the turn. End of your turn, Violent Outburst with Force of Negation back up on my turn, Shardless Agent. It's like, oh,
seems like interaction.
Yeah, like you can't beat it. Like, you can't beat that.
No.
You're just not going to beat it, so... Okay, and we can't Unholy Heat this ever, realistically, because... Jeez! Oh, I just clicked through this. You know what? I think we're just dead this game anyway.
Yeah, it's okay.
They just had everything they needed to defuse us, and, like... We just... It didn't seem like we had a shot at all in both those games. My keep in game 2 was really poor. I should have looked for something more aggressive, but we still would have gotten taken apart.
Yeah, but they had such an amazing hand that there was not much you can do.
Yeah, turn 1 Relic, turn 2 Fire Ice. Like, we're just not beating that. Jacob, do you want to set up your stream in about 6 hours and keep this hype train rolling? Because we can keep this thing going for a while.
It's like Ekero's crew, my crew.
Yeah. Well, the funny thing is, like, because of the way that people's stream schedules work, you know, you usually kind of know who starts near when you finish. And I would not be surprised if there were certain raid trains that actually went, like, 24 hours a day for a while.
It's clearly possible.
Well, like, no, because, like, on a normal weekday, right, Spike will feed into Doomwake or F-Paulus a lot of the time. And then those guys will stream into one of the evening guys. And then the evening guys is going to send it into, like, one of the late night people or one of the European people.
And if one of those goes into Spike...
Right, exactly. It's like... and they do. They do that. So it's... Hey, Nerd Knee Reaper. Nice game. You crushed us nicely. You have to stream... You're going to stream around 4? Okay. I might just do the first 2 decks that are on the list here, because, like, Nightmare Steel Cage was just for me. And maybe I'll play that off stream, because I got to do some writing for This Week in Modern tonight anyway. In the Dark, this hand is pretty good, especially against the Luris deck.
Yeah. I don't know how you have the time suck. It's insane, the amount of stuff you're doing right now.
You don't need to know.
Eh?
So,
where the time comes from.
Am I going Yavimaya Shadow Spear, then turn to Saga Goyf? Like, I just don't need to shock?
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. This deck is super sweet. It's just, like, I think we just had, like, a really bad couple of games against you. Like, game 2 was just an unbeatable hand. Oh, it's Hammer Time. Nice. I love playing against Hammer Time.
It's like playing a mixture of the old days Affinity / Infinite.
Oh! This is... You know what? I should just ignore this card being in my hand. I think Saga Goyf is much, much better than anything else I can do.
The only thing that card says is, if you top deck a Fury, it becomes free.
Yeah, exactly. Well, oh no, and we can tutor for the Fury.
Exactly.
Yeah. Hey look, a 0/1 Goyf. He's so naked. It's a goat. 2-mana goat. He's the greatest of all time. Listen. This guy right here, he doesn't look like much, but he's actually the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
Literally the goat.
Yeah. About that.
Oh, they went straight for Shadow Spear. So that means they have Hammer, Shadow Spear in hand, most likely.
They have like 6 hammers in hand. That's the only outcome.
Yeah. And we have no out right now?
I mean, we are not dead.
No, we're not dead yet. I could bobble into a burn spell here. So
yeah, that's your only out, so go for that.
Yeah. Springleaf on their deck. That's fine.
Springleaf is borderline irrelevant.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure we're not blocking no matter what here.
Yeah. I think we are blocking.
Banger! Hey guys, remember that line I said? It's worked out pretty well. No, because the thing is they have Shadow Spear and Hammer though. This is not good enough. I
mean, if they attack with Ingmoth, you have to block.
Sure, yeah, I mean, I agree, but I can't.
You have Endurance.
Oh, I do have Endurance. But I can't... Oh, I have Yavimaya.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it. Man, they'll actually get kind of beat up by that play. Because then we're going to... Oh, no, we don't have a main deck Needle, right? It's only sideboard.
We don't.
Yeah. Shit. God damn it. Everyone with their clever deck construction, I'm always like, never compromise your toolbox package. So we block Squire on Squire. Right? Yeah, we just block here.
Yeah.
There's no way we can get them, though. Although they open themselves up to bolt here, unless they do have double hammer, and then we're just dead no matter what, so it doesn't matter. So we just let this go through.
Yeah.
If they're done now, they're done now. All right, apparently they're done now. Which makes sense. That makes some sense from them. Because it means they didn't have to overcommit. Like, oftentimes with Hammer Time, the correct way to play it is patience. Because, like, what if I had double bolt?
Yeah, it's the same as, like, playing Infect in that regard. When you have the thing, it's like Infect. When you have the Paladin, it's like, like Affinity.
Yeah.
It just switch here so fast.
Whoa, Nerd D Reaper with the Prime sub. Thanks, friend. Always remember, anyone who's hanging out in chat, you gotta drop that Prime sub somewhere every month so that Jeff Bezos doesn't just get to add to his Dragon's Hoard of money. My personal suggestion right now would be to drop it off here or drop it off at Moored to Light. A wonderful co-streamer at the moment who made the top 32 in today's Sunday challenge. With a really insane list. People are going to flip their shit when they see that.
That's the only reason we stream for.
Yeah.
I don't think you can afford...
I can't afford to make the construct.
Yeah, you can't.
Yeah. I probably get to attack with Ragavan this turn, though.
Yeah. Float the mana so you can dash the monkey.
You always float the mana. Literally always float the mana. Never don't float the mana.
No reason not to. Mana burn is another concept.
It's a boomer concept. Well, thanks, Phoenix. We should go attack with both, right? I mean, there's no... Yeah, I think so. Alright, let's draw... I don't know. Any of their cheap shit. Give me the cheap stuff. Nothing. Rats.
Not better at all.
Yeah. I think we play Saga.
I think we play the Stomping Ground so we can have that removal open.
Removal? I have it. I have the removal and I have the endurance.
Yeah. I mean, you don't have double removal.
Sure, I agree. So that's just we're just
that's a 23.
22, 23, trample, lifelink. Yeah.
Too many stuff.
Yeah. There are certain draws from Hammer Time we're just going to lose to in game one because the red removal is really bad against them.
Exactly. It's a reason they just beat Murktide.
Exactly. There it is. It's a lot of sideboard cards. I don't think I want Endurance. I don't think I want Bonecrusher.
The high trade is coming.
It could be. What game is this? We're going into game 2.
You're playing Magic the Gathering.
Yeah. Magic the Gathering Online, the premier client for competitive Magic tournaments.
Exactly. We're playing a league. It's a TCG, you know. Really cool concept.
Yeah. We got smashed by a BTL shift. I assume they were playing a shift. Yeah, I agree we don't need most of the grinding cards. I think I want Tireless Tracker. Just because I want a little something that goes long.
Yeah.
It was BTL shift. Thanks, Nerd Knee Reaper. Yeah. They just had 2 hands that just totally smashed us. Oh, there's more cards. Force and Breaker. That makes sense. Which means I need to find more cuts. Fury is still pretty good, right? Like, sometimes you could just tutor it and wreck their board.
Yeah, Fury is amazing. Fury is great against these sort of decks.
And then Spyro is okay still. I feel like I'm boarding in something wrong. But I definitely want to keep... Oh, Pyrite Spellbomb's probably kind of awful. Can probably cut 2 Goyfs. I mean, I can... It's just my best quick clock. Spellbomb kills Sanctifier, sure.
Wait, I wouldn't cut Bonecrusher. I think you need every single piece of interaction you can get.
Yeah, but it's it's 2 damage, and I know sometimes that's perfect, but like 2 mana, 2 damage.
I think it's better. I think it's better than a Run and Six, for example.
Yeah, I guess so.
Solo Lantern can just go.
Yeah, I mean, DRC I know is our best clock, but Pyro and Tracker are meh. All right, fine.
Yeah, I agree.
If the boss says that, let's do it. We're still.
You're gonna argue with the boss, Zach.
I'm not.
The boss is the
All right,
boss.
we cut a knife here.
He's the boss for a reason.
I like Run and Six on the play. It's not fantastic, but I like Ren and Six on the play. Yeah, I thought so too, God, but like they just told me otherwise, and I'm like, all right. So we just go turn 1, Chandler, Bauble, and then see where we go. Where we're going, yeah. we don't need artifacts. Man, I hope my opponent isn't Mordekaiser. He goes nuts if you play Dragon's Rage Chandler into Mishra's Bauble. Well, so the thing though, God with the Shotgun, is we want to grind them out, but sometimes they grind us out. Like sometimes their deck is just better at grinding than this deck, which is crazy to say, but it's definitely possible because like the fact that they always have, I think we pitched that.
If you're not running either white-based removal or green-based artifact removal, you're going to have a really bad time against Hammer.
Yeah. But sometimes Hammer just kills you. Like that's why it's a good deck, Jig. Like
yeah,
that's
if you have, you might have the nuts, but if they have the nutter, they just win.
Yeah, like sometimes you have literally like an onslaught of removal and artifact hate, and they're just like, don't care.
To kill on the play.
They got Pure Steel coming in. So I'm just gonna go past the turn and then probably Unholy Heat their Esper Sentinel, but because they're drawing Pure Steel, we can keep their artifact count low. In theory. They haven't deployed any equipment yet, so those all cost mana, unless they're playing Paradise Mantle. Ooh, Foil Saga. Ooh, look at it. It's so shiny. It's really not. Okay, now they have 3 artifacts, but they don't have double white, so we're good. I'm just going to kill it now. Ooh, can't do that. Can do that. At least digital foils don't curl. They used to make the client crash.
Same thing.
I don't think that I want that. It's a little... Although I'm starting to regret throwing away that land drop.
It's going to... Afraid... It's one of those moments where you are like, I know I made the correct play, but I will live to regret it.
Never punished. So we can go Alpine Moon, try to flip. Yeah. Missing creature, perfect. Stone Rain for 1 mana. Oh no, wait, it's even better. It's like Surgical Stone Rain.
Yeah.
All right, opponent, beat this. The best part is they definitely can.
Yeah, you say that as if we had already won, when in reality we're like, hi.
No, I mean, we're good. Like, we're definitely in a very good spot, because, like, in their hand they have Pure Steel Paladin +2, and, like, yeah, that's not good enough right now.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. I think we just grudge it now.
Yeah.
Or Stomp a Thopter. Stomping a Thopter is really good because then they don't have enough artifact count, so like they might be forced to play the Pure Steel.
I like that. Yeah.
And then
I think we can just stop the Thopter into playing
Bonecrusher.
The Bonecrusher.
Yeah. And there's like very little danger.
The only way we lose is to like, and we don't even lose. It's just a bad position to be in if they have like Pure Steel Paladin, 0-drop, and a land. Like their third.
They missed the land last turn though, so
Yeah, I think we play Tarmogoyf Shadow Spear now.
Yeah. It's a little bit bigger. And by a little bit, I mean a lot.
I mean a lot.
God, I love Bonecrusher Giant so much, though. That I definitely don't want. Tapland? No, thank you. Oh, yeah, in Spanish, is the direct translation for miss fail, or did you just use the different phrase? Because you always say they fail the land drop, and I always think it's like really daggers.
No, we say the equivalent of miss, actually. Actually, we go like they didn't have it. Like it's no lo tiene mostly. Like he didn't have it.
Right.
So this is Run and Six being attack for 8, right?
I'm just attacking. I'm just gonna go Wrenn and Six, go uptick, and then hold up Ancient Grudge because I'm that kind of player. Is it? Okay.
Yeah, when I was running, whenever I playing one of those cards, you forget how good it is until you need it, and you realize how often you do so.
Because I just think that, like, we know they have Pure Steel in hand, right? And then, so if they go in on it, quote unquote, and they attack with a bunch of creatures with a equipped Colossus Hammer, we just kill the Colossus Hammer and fuck them. That's exactly what's about to happen. They're gonna be like, aha, you misplayed so badly. I'm gonna get Pure Steel and equip my thing and smash you up. And it's like, nah, bro. Not even gonna connect. They can connect for 1 if they want. But they're dead. Yeah, they didn't even attack, because they can't. They're dead on board. Wait, this doesn't have flying. Do I just, like, untap and then just hit them for 3 in the air? They're just dead, right?
Yes.
I really want to be cocky and just do that. I'm not going to, but, like...
Do it.
No, I'm not going to do it, but, like... I just want the world to know that I see
before
that,
the
like,
start of the rainy season.
They're just dead on board.
A shiny new donkey for whoever brings me the head.
It's not even cocky. I mean, it is. I think killing one of their artifacts here is just, like, it's pretty wrong not to do it. Because that means I can equip Shadow Spear and attack in with the 7/8 Goyf and the giant. It is. The most correct play is to kill that Thopter, equip Shadow Spear to Goyf, and kill him on the ground and in the air. The most
correct play is at any moment to conceal and live magic forever.
There's the edge of not showing Grudge. I guess so. Thanks for the follow there, Lavnir. I don't know. I feel like the correct play was to do what I did there, or what I was about to do there. But, I mean, I'm willing to listen to other people who are like, well, you didn't need to... Like, there's nothing they'd be playing, right? I mean, it's not like they play Solitude.
Yeah, I do agree I wouldn't have shown it just because of the info.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I'll be back in 1 second and we'll get into game number 3. Mord's already been running the stream. I'm just like a puppet.
Yes.
Okay, so we need to keep a hand that has, like, tools to disrupt them. So, like, we're looking for Ancient Grudge, we're looking for Force of Vigor, we're looking for just any of that stuff. Double Heat, Ancient Grudge.
That's sort of the dream hand.
Yeah, I wish this wasn't a colorless land right here, but, like, between Bauble and 2 draw steps,
exactly that.
like, we should hit, and if we don't, I'm not going to be pissed.
Do you think you need to land more lands, Shigi? I see that Saga being colorless is affecting a lot of hands.
It's not just colorless. Like, okay, first of all, that does mean you're on 17 colored mana sources, which is very, very, very low.
That's exactly my point.
And no, but then Saga stone raining us on turn 3 a couple times, or turn 4 even, has been a problem too.
Yeah, I'm wondering if this deck wants like 2 or 3 more lands and become a bit more top heavy to get use of them.
I think I want to go Bauble Bolt here.
I think you want to go Bauble Go.
No. If I'm casting Bauble and like I have to fetch for mana to not let them draw the card, or we let them draw the card but we kill this now.
Okay.
No, because there's no point in playing only one. Like we either play 0 spells this turn or 2, but not just the one.
I think we play 0.
That's fine. We could just pass. That's fine too.
No. Wait. I think you will be forced to vault. So yeah, you can vault now. I think.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. You're right.
Like they had a really strong opening. The only thing is, we could bolt on their end step, which.
But I think you need to try to hit the land drop with the Mishra Bauble. That's my only issue. If you had a green land, I would go for that play. That's what I was considering.
Yeah, and we can't pass onto their upkeep because then they get another trigger. And then the worst thing is if we pass to their turn, and then they just have a second one. Oops, sorry.
Yeah, that would be even worse.
Yeah, second Esper Sentinel would be... Well, because then we just have to bolt the first one, but then we miss the Bauble.
Exactly.
So it's like... garbage anyway.
Yeah, we're giving them a lot of free values just because of that.
Yeah. I mean, like, you'd have to, but, you know. They're getting a Memnite? That's fine. How's this list working out? Pretty good so far. We might just die here. It is possible.
It can happen.
Yeah. It's not even difficult. They just need Sigarda's Aid and a hammer. Right? I know a land. Yeah. No. They need more mana. They don't have it. So far, this is fine. So I think this turn we just play Fiery Islet pass.
We have to, right?
I think so.
Or actually, I think we Copperline. I'm going to go for the green line. Copperline Grudge the drum.
What the what?
It's hammer time!
Sorry. Copperline to what? Ratch the trap? What?
The drum. The spring leaf.
Oh, Grudge the drum. That's really sketchy.
It is.
How many lands does Hammer Time usually play? Like 22? 23? They're pretty high, right?
I think it's 22 with 4 sagas.
Yeah. I don't know if I like it, but... I mean, if they draw a Saga, it basically is useless.
I think, like... I'm wondering what the other play is, because just saying go...
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Accomplish much.
No, it definitely doesn't accomplish much, but it just means we get to start melting their board next turn. Because then, but like, depending on what they do, we get to go Unholy Heat, untap, Wrenn and untap.
Let's talk about their best possible hand. You grudge the drum. Their best hand becomes Topic Plains play a hammer.
Yeah.
In that position, you can just say, go holding the second part of your grudge and double bolt. You're down to like 2 life, but you're still alive. Mm-hmm. And then to top the planes and have that equiper in specific.
Yeah. Alright. I'm okay with it. We'll see. 21 to 23. Yeah, that's what I thought. But they could hit like Saga or another Ink Moth or fuck. All right, show me the money. Opponent, I definitely have Force of Vigor in hand, and you definitely need to play around it.
I mean, there's a big chance they were relying on Paladin, so That's the other plus. They need double white if they were relying on the paladin.
Well, they don't have one yet, right? Like, well, not that we know of.
But yeah, exactly. But they need to. They have an equiper. We know that. The doubt is it the equiper that they can cast or the one they can't?
Right. Maybe they were waiting for the plane so they could have double white. Yeah.
That's exactly what we're saying.
Because there's a good chance they would have played the aid sooner
instead of the Stoneforge on the previous turn, because it's a land. Okay, then. Well, we got rewarded for what we did then.
Yeah, a little bit. Well,
because Paladin.
Yeah, Paladin can't cast the hammer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's a huge difference in our current position.
What are they doing? What is this? Didn't attack with Stoneforge, but the Stoneforge, they can't activate it.
I have no idea what's going on. They want to cast second main stage.
Odin from the TDD Nation. What up, Odin?
Clearing is fine. So they have this hammer +1.
So we just go Wrenn and Six, pick up Foothills, play a Foothills pass, right?
I was going to say Wrenn and Six, ping amend my Sego with Unholy Heat / Ancient Grudge.
Sure, that's fine too. Yeah, that's fine too. Because we have second Wrenn and Six anyway, right? So if they put any pressure onto it, this is for green, so we have to do it here.
Oh yeah,
that's fine. I'm just making sure. Like I don't play with an Ancient Grudge all that often, so I didn't remember if it was like flashback for green or flashback for red. Obviously, it's flashback for green because the mana cost is red. I just making sure because I don't play with it enough to just know.
I haven't played Ancient Grudge sadly because Need doesn't grab it for some reason.
I haven't played it because I never played Dredge. Well, I played Dredge like once on stream. I think I 4-1'd with it, and then I was like, yeah, I'm not doing that again. That was fun once. I hope you're doing super well, Odin. It's a beautiful Sunday. We got some awesome decks lined up. Wonderful chat. The return of Jacob the Pensword Kaminsky to the world of Magic the Gathering. It's just a bright and beautiful world right now.
You mean more like? Are you talking about Mono Horizons 2 block constructed?
Yeah. No, I meant the world at large, like just generally.
Oh, okay.
So I'm just gonna let them kill the Wrenn and Six, and then Unholy Heat their Inkmoth end of turn. This seems like a desperation attack from them, and we also have the out for like we just have another Wrenn and Six, so they're about to get eaten alive.
Yeah.
Oof. So we just run black back the same play. Sorry, opponent. Game over. User wins.
Bye-bye. Weird. Our opponent's keep was weird. Did they mulligan and they didn't realize?
I don't think so. I think they kept a 7 and they were hoping to get lucky. Yeah, it looks like... Oh, yeah. Remember, they had the Esper Sentinel early. Like...
Yeah, but still, it's just a one-lander with Inkmoth Nexus and one drum.
It doesn't seem like they had a Sigarda's Aid or a Paladin.
Exactly.
Okay, this is fine, because we can get the Pyrite Spellbomb. Although I'm about to lose the Grudge, so let's kill the Springleaf Drum now. You know what? I definitely should have killed the Springleaf Drum on my turn, but it's too late to worry about it.
Yeah.
But I think we killed the Drum.
I think we just hold it now. Like Drum.
No, I can't hold it. It's about to go away forever.
Oh, okay, yeah. You just kill Drum.
Yeah, I can't hold it. That's why I was saying this was a mistake to leave this.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it was a mistake.
I think it was.
I would have done the same, I think. Even in hindsight, I think it's the correct play.
Sure. I think in this game, I want to just double up on Saga.
Yeah, double up on Saga, play the Shadow Spear, say go.
Mm-hmm. Normally, I don't like to do it, but with Wrenn and Six in play, you just, like, what you do is you just have a Saga factory. Or Construct factory, however you want to think about it. You just set up so that every single turn you have a Saga that's on 2 and a Saga that's on 3 and a Saga that's on 1 if you find the next one. Plus we have the Fiery Islet too. Like we have a little bit of everything. And like a little bit of Monica seems all right. So I'm really bad with lyrics in general, and I definitely don't remember the lyrics to Mambo Number 5. But then there's also, when I was growing up, the Disney Channel had a Disney version of Mambo Number 5 that was just like Disney character names, which, by the way, super weird. Cause I'm pretty sure Mambo Number 5 was about hooking up with all those women, or at least wanting to. So like. Little weird champ, Disney, but okay. So we kill the Stoneforge here for 1 damage that preserves the Wrenn and Six, because the Wrenn and Six is disgusting value right now. And then we're about to get the Pyrite Spellbomb to deal with the Sanctifier, so we're kind of in the safety zone. Although the Cranial Plating is going to, on the Thopter, is going to kill the Wrenn and Six, but we'll be okay. Mama Number 5 is a terrible song. It's definitely not great. Like, I'm not gonna go as far as to say it's like terrible. Like it's not.
It's
like,
a meme song. It's like one of the original meme songs.
Yeah, it's abysmal. It's not that bad. It's fine. Oh no, I can actually use the Pyrite Spellbomb to protect the Wrenn and Six if I need to.
You could just Splitting Needle
the plating.
Yeah.
I guess. I think Pyrite Spellbomb's better insurance though, right? Because then they spend their turn equipping.
But if they equip, they can just equip on the. Oh, you're thinking.
No, I have 2 construct blockers.
Yeah, you can just. I was fearing like hammer, but yeah, you can just Splitting Needle on the.
But they don't have a way to equip a hammer.
Okay, yeah, you can just go for that then.
Yeah. Oh, maybe I was supposed to play the Saga again. I was thinking about the colored mana, but I didn't need to. Yeah, this was a mistake. Not a big mistake, but it was a mistake. I'm gonna Spanglish it up and say like, "Estimulado es poco." It's like 90% of the right kind of words, but none of the correct grammar. And then I can't remember if poco is small or a little. It's one of the two, and I never remember which one.
Poco is little, small is chico, chiquito.
Ah, okay. Double attack? Oh, I see why. But then maybe they don't see why this is bad, or maybe they just don't care anymore.
I think they have dropped every single will to live.
Yeah, which is fair. Like, this is a pretty brutal onslaught, right?
I'm just embracing the fact they're dead.
Yeah, just the Thopters flying into death. I'm ready now. Take me. I'm gonna pull the Mordekaiser. Double block. Why? Well, nothing blows you out, right? Well, I don't know.
Maybe something does. Like, it's free.
Yeah. No, I'm worried about something blocking me out, about blowing me out if I double block, not if I don't, right? So we wrecked Hammer in game 2-3 there, and we are playing red-green, so I hope so. Like,
yeah, they cybered it for something.
I'm gonna go out on a limb here and claim that you can write a better song than Mambo Number. Well, what's your metric for better though? Like artistically satisfying? Because I don't think the goal of Mambo Number 5 was to be an artistically satisfying deep song.
No, it's just a meme incarnate.
Yeah, but like it's like the Spice Girls, right? I like a lot of those Spice Girls songs. It's like, what do they mean? I don't know, but they they convey a general attitude of, you know, youthful exuberance and girl power, and that's what they're about. So that's fine. And like Mambo Number 5 is about this guy who's like just listing off all of these different women he could be or has been hooking up with, and like, yeah, it does lean heavy on the slant rhymes. I'm just gonna hit the AC. Hold on.
Okay, chat, we have taken control. Everyone, I want everyone to say something. I need some.
All this
we need
winning
something
is
meme-y.
just too hot.
Oh fuck, he's back.
All the Mordekaiser in the chat.
He's back. He's back.
I'm back.
We're going to take control of the stream.
Somebody get MTG bot. Hey, stub. Yeah, Dan Bopes used to do that because he's the one who set up that prompt, And
So-
he has told me how to turn it off, and I just don't care. I'm like, you set it up, it's fine. I think it's cute. Every now and then I'll be saying something, and then MTG bot the timer will go off, and it'll just say excellent, and I'm like, yes, the bot agrees with me.
It's so random. I love it.
This is really slow. Opponents on no companion, which makes me think that it's more likely that they're on an unfair deck. So I should probably mull. I mean, this hand is good, but it's so slow.
I think I would mulligan that.
Yeah.
But your opponent might be on a solid control on Wafotapa, and it's great against Wafotapa.
Yeah. All right. We'll keep it. It's very solid, and like, if this was a Saga, or if any of these lands was a Saga, it'd be a lot better.
Yeah.
Is it mirror match time?
This is great in the mirror, though.
Well, I do enjoy like a clever like slant rhyme like that. Okay, so we're gonna shuffle and just get the Stomping Ground. I do enjoy like the because like the singer in that song, unlike Beyonce, actually sings the wrong pronunciation to turn that into a rhyme, right? Whereas, what is it? "Love on Top" was the song that drives me crazy. Where the line that, or the word she's supposed to rhyme with is champagne, and then she uses the word again, but never pronounces it again. And I have like checked. It's like I find many different sources where people pronounce the word again. It's definitely not very American to do so, but it is something
I have never heard again.
You need to listen to more English people.
What's that? Maybe.
Yeah, assonance is definitely big in rap. Okay, so we're against Explore. It's probably BTL Shift or something similar to that again. In which case, I'm probably supposed to just dump a Tarmogoyf into play. And then if they have Teferi, we're screwed. But, like... it feels like we found the bad matchup for this deck pretty quickly.
And it keeps repeating.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's just one of those things that happens, right? Like, if you have a bad burn matchup, you know you're going to play 2 out of 3 burn. Or, on the flip side, if you're Jacob Comiskey and you've just returned to the world of streaming and you play a Blue Moon list with 4 Prismari commands, you're going to run into Hammer Time twice. Because the world is kind to the return of the Blue Moon. We needed the hero.
No, we needed a hero, and the moon is back. Hey Zach, I think I'm going to stay on chat, but leaving Discord. I'm really sleepy, so I think I'm going to take a small nap.
Yeah, no problem, man. You've got to go meet your girlfriend later and etc. So
yeah, exactly. So
enjoy.
small nap, girlfriend.
Yeah, you've got important shit to get to. No problem, man.
If you're still here in 2-3 hours, I would likely be back. So
yeah.
Bye guys, have fun.
Yeah, take care.
Enjoy the Sakari.
Yep. And now I get to find out if I can do this in the middle of a stream. Yes, I can. Okay, that's good to know. So now we can switch over and have live music while still in the stream, which is pretty cool. I don't have to restart the stream. Okay, so I think I'm just jamming Pyromancer here, even though it means I'm missing a Saga activation. There we go. All right, and then we're going to discard Traverse and Foothills. You can, Mort, if you're creative. Because you could get all sorts of different... Like, I'm 100% sure there is a Mambo number 5 mashup with Come On and Jam. The Space Jam theme. I'm, like, 100% sure that exists. Someone find it. Yeah, Mombolovania, I'm sure that exists. So I have the 4 card types for Traverse, but the main deck doesn't have anything here, right? No, not for this matchup. So I think I'm supposed to make a construct because next turn the tracker's going to make it huge. So I can't touch their mana with anything that I have. I can mess with their graveyard a little bit, so let's do that. We can bump down their card types. Oh, but I can't play Traverse if I want to hold on to the fetch land. Tracker into 1 clue next turn is probably good enough. Won't grow the construct as much. But like, I don't know. I could always Traverse for a fetch land. It's also really funny the first time Lou Bega says the trumpet, it's clearly the low brass. Most likely trombones. I guess I'm just grabbing Bonecrusher if I'm not getting a fetch land. Fury's fine. Everything else is fine. Like, Bonecrusher is a shock, which may end up being relevant. We're probably just dead, but... Hey, Shauna. How you doing, brother? Glad you were in Mord's challenge this morning. That was great to see. People getting out and supporting my bud as he gets more and more into streaming. Yeah, this is BTL. They didn't have the 7th land though, so this is probably Bring to Life for Valky. Which means, in theory, it was a mistake for me not to get Pithing Needle. No, we don't have Pithing Needle in the main deck. Oh, Omnath. Yeah, Mort is wonderful to watch play that deck. So, I can attack with a construct. If they block, we just Bone Crush the Omnath, which is like a pretty bad place to be. I feel like that's the play Mord would make. He would just be like, listen, this is where we're at. I can Wrenn and Six a Saga first. Yeah, no block is not surprising. Well, nothing I can do about it. They didn't have a land last turn, so maybe they miss again. They're like a 6 to 30 land deck. Oh, just a Savvy Triumph. That's fine. Although if they have another BTL, we're dead next turn. Oh, no, maybe not. I don't know if they actually have enough mountains. Uh-oh. We're about to find out. They sack everything? Sure. So they get exactly 18 damage. Rats. Oh, they get another Omnath trigger, too. But they get both the other Omnath triggers. I do love the papyrus theme, which is called... it's called something weird. Bone Tremble? Bone Tramble? Bone Trousel? Bone Trousel. I think that's right. Yeah, that song gets forgotten a lot. Okay, I'm gonna not play it for 10 hours. And then... This is my favorite. I just added my favorite Megalovania mashup. Alright, so we're getting crushed by this deck again. But in theory, we know what to board in. So those are the cards. No. I guess we get Foundation Breaker in case it's relevant for killing. Fury can kill Omnath. That was not that good. Your stream title is MTGA, but you're using the MTGO client? No, it's not. Unless I just said it wrong at some point. Nope. MTGO. Yeah, alright. I like that too, Drek. Tracker can vomit a lot of damage sometimes. No. This is definitely not a Wrenn and Six matchup. I'm just so... I see Unholy Steve. It does say MTGO before that. Does MTGA reap the bigger numbers? Only if you are someone who does it frequently. Like, building up a fan base in either of them doesn't necessarily translate. And you can watch Gabe Nassif's numbers plummet when he plays MTGA most of the time. Because most of his fans are fans of older formats. Yeah, no. Yep, there we go. I'm just playing some of the meta decks, Tank Dunklin, to be able to talk about them and experience them. Ragavan's a very fun card to play with. I think it's obnoxious and not okay for the format, but it's really fun to play with. Of course, they have the Prismatic on one. All right, we're pretty screwed. Oh, never screwed. Okay, good. But like, I think Ragavan's like an annoying offensive card for Modern, and I wish it would go away, or it wouldn't have been printed the way it was, but like, it's really fun to play with. Powerful cards are fun. These are facts. Right, like when you flip the card off your opponent's deck that you get to cast and it's totally nuts, it's like, it's ridiculous. I think Saga's fine if you remove some of the other cards that are making it obnoxious. Yeah, like playing with your opponent's cards is usually really fun. Yeah, except when it doesn't, K-Trojan. Those ones are bad. So I'm hoping for Dryad next turn, because then I get to go Foundation Breaker your Dryad, Dash Monkey, Alpine Moon your Valakut. Oh yeah, Yeah, tons of modern games were non-games. Absolutely. I mean, it's not... Nobody's saying that Ragavan has introduced the concept of the non-game into modern. It's how many non-games that it creates is the problem. That was added by the broadcaster, Badagaboosh. And not intentionally. Sure. I don't think Uro created non-games. The Field definitely did. The problem that most people cite for Uro was that Uro was just way too much the best possible thing you could be doing all the time. Yeah, at least with the Ragavan decks, you're often like, well, I have a bunch of bolts in my deck. Hogak's still your favorite Magic card? That's alright. There's no way they don't have a land, right? Jeez. So unbeatable. There's just nothing I could do, right? Oh my god. I mean, this is a perfect example of what people were saying, right? We hit with Ragavan like 4 times, it just doesn't matter. Because I had to start dashing it to get it going. And to dodge the sorcery speed removal. Now, if they have a prismatic ending that they were holding on to, we're just going to get blown out. Or Teferi. Like, honestly, their deck is just chock full of answers for this kind of situation. And now that's Teferi? Dryad. Dryad doesn't do anything, though. I mean, it gives them an extra land drop. Dryad doesn't do anything special here. I was probably supposed to play Wrenn and Six this turn, although it would have just gotten pinged down by Wren's. Sorry, I was supposed to play Ragavan here, so it would have just gotten pinged down by Wrenn and Six, but... You would have hit Omnath, Bolt Heat, maybe. That's one of those situations where I'm like, I don't know if that's playing not to lose or playing to win. Like, I just can't. There's just no. It just doesn't feel like I have any way forward now. Everything's too big. I can't deal with anything here. And, like, this is one of those games where we just didn't ever have the ability to go up on Delirium. No Dragon's Rage Channelers, just nothing. Yeah. I mean, I agree they could have gone Omnath into BTL, but, like... Wait, no, but they already had the Omnath. All they have to do is just play the BTL in their hand if they had it. Yeah, it just feels like this is just an abysmal matchup. And as far as the main deck's concerned, I just don't know if there's any way to fix it. I think this is one of the things that the teamer version was playing, like Mystical Dispute. Would really help in games like this. But again, that doesn't mean it's a good card in the meta. It doesn't mean you should be playing it. It's just like, it would be better for this. But it probably makes you worse overall. Yeah, I think we kill the Omnath now. They can gain 4 life. Obviously, the nightmare scenarios that just have the second Omnath, but... Managed to top 4 a 1K yesterday with Hammer playing Paper again. It felt great. Did you ever equip Cranial Plating? Because if you didn't, I have to question your life choices. Problem from this position is if they just BTL for Valky, we just have no way out. If this is Teferi, that's also really bad. Ah, the second Omnath. The other really bad. We just don't have any way to stop them from getting to this point in the game. And then as soon as they're here, it's just untenable. We just need the monkey to dodge that removal in the early game. Try out leather armor. Is that like +0, +2, and ward 1? No. +0, +1. Equip 0, activate only once each turn. That's a hilarious protection against Cephalid Breakfast. I love that that's a thing that they wrote on that card. Damn. I finally found my extra card type. So we could see if we have an Unholy Heat on top for next turn. Oh, I should have left that in hand, though, so I could dash the Ragavan and they wouldn't block. I have a Bauble on top. Alright, we're done here. We got 0-2'd the first time. We got 0-2'd again. It didn't feel like we had any shot. I'm sure there is a draw from this deck that can beat that, but they're just... It's like playing against Indomitable Creativity, but with no window to interact with them. But this is the classic problem of like having a good strong mid-range deck like this one, like an aggressive mid-range deck, is that these kind of like over the top scape shift BTL things are they're just almost always going to crush you. Oh, we're against the Prince. Why Principe? XYZ Principe. Currently in a league at 1-1. Just so everyone knows that they're not constantly dropping them. Okay, we're on the draw. This is a much better hand than the first one. I'm going to keep this, ship a land. Is possible they're not playing Tron. If they're on Tron, we're pretty much screwed anyway. Although we could theoretically get to... Yeah, of course they're on Tron. Oh, perfect music. Boss fight time, baby. Get me that bone trousel. I frequently say Z Unholy Civ. I may be Canadian, but when I was growing up, I realized that the alphabet song doesn't rhyme if you say Z, and that really tilted me. So while I'm aware that like YYZ is the name of the song by Rush, when you're singing the alphabet song, you should say Z, not Z. And that is a very Canadian experience. To be like, well, we do it this one way, but in a lot of... Fucking... What is this? Okay. It's fine. We weren't going to win the game one on the draw anyway. I don't... I think from a technical... Like, if I was actually thinking that I had a chance at winning this game, pinging them with Wrenn and Six was probably the better play there. Cool. Easy. Because our main deck doesn't have a Magus, right? Like, there's just none of these cards matter. Anything I could traverse for, assuming I could get Delirium, is not even close to good enough. Pithing Needle good. Force can be okay, right? Maybe? Nah, probably not. Don't need Soul Guide. Yeah, Obsidian is in here specifically for these matchups, I assume. I guess we want Unholy Heat. I haven't started making cuts yet. Hey, what's up, Freak? We're against Y Principe. If we don't 3-2, this deck is confirmed bad. I don't think it's bad. I just think that it has a set of matchups that it's good against. And then there's like... We did play against BTL Shift. We got 2-0'd by BTL Shift twice. We got stomped by that deck. We didn't have a chance. Like, not any kind of chance. And Tron is looking bad. Game 2 is definitely possible. But this is like playing a food deck. Like, you just don't... There's just a bunch of decks that are just going way over the top of you, and you're like, do you have creatures for me to interact with? They're like, nah. It's like, oh, well, Tron's super winnable to BH. I mean, I believe it, but not the way that game was. We played DRC on 1, Wrenn and Six on 2, and we got Karned. Like, and I just don't... there's no, in my mind, that's not something you can win. Yeah, game 1 does not look winnable. Yeah. This is a lot of sideboard cards. Like, Alpine Moon slows them down a lot, and then we have the toolbox package, so... You just have to be careful about Magus versus our own Sagas. Charmaw carries. Then why is there only 2? Why is there only 2? This is 100% a keep. Obviously, we have to find green mana, but we got DRC with double surveil, so like, unless we get gut shot. If we get gut shot, I'm just gonna be proud to be one of the people who got killed. Yeah, and that's the thing, Drek, is like that's the sign of a real mid-range deck. If your game 2-3 win percentage goes up drastically, you're probably a mid-range deck. And you might be a red deck. Top that. Can I save the second Bauble? Is that crazy? Probably not, right? The only downside is if they have Dismember, but the Dismember is going to kill the DRC anyway. So, like... Yeah, I just thought of that, Freak, and it's going to come. Because I do a pretty good Southern of most kinds. So I gotta look up exactly what Jeff Foxworthy actually sounded like. But, like, I can hear in my head, like, if your ideal of a salad bowl is a Cool Whip container, you might be a redneck. Or and then occasionally when he was live, you might be a redneck. So we're definitely not going to Foundation Breaker or Chromatic Star. I think we're just going to Tarmogoyf here. And I should have gone before I played the land. I should have gone Surveil. I think I want that. I definitely want that because next turn I can go Dash Monkey plus Alpine Moon. So this works anyway. Okay, this works fine. Although I guess flipping the Channeler faster was probably significant. I'm about to put a land in my graveyard, but I'm not putting in a creature. Unless I get to use the Foundation Breaker. I know, right? Everything lined up really nicely. So we go Foundation Breaker and Alpine Moon this turn instead of Ragavan. That's going to make our damage pretty bonkers. I'm not willing to risk the like just killing the map. They probably don't have Tron, but like Alpine Moon gets me a Surveil anyway, so. Ah yes, the Dominarian Alps. One of my favorite places to go skiing. We name mine? No, naming tower means they're more likely to use it for a green spell. One thing to know is the Alpine Moon Charmaw non-bow. Yeah, we talked about it. It does reduce the reduction. Oh, they want me to know they had it. Relic's going to put a cramp in our style, but that's okay. Because we are immediately going to start filling our graveyard again. Alpine Moon plus Void Mirror. Yeah, don't do that. A public service announcement from This Week in Modern. Don't let your friends play Alpine Moon and Void Mirror. What do we got? Sick draw! The hotness! No Karn the Great Creator? Okay. So I can dash Ragavan and play and sack Fiery Islet. Did they get Blast Zone? I didn't notice. They did not. I think I'm supposed to sack the Islet first, because depending on what I draw, we could win this turn. Like that. That's lethal. Did we just attack for 4? I don't think there's anything that saves them from this. Oh yeah! Yeah, this is a quality Randy Rootwall kind of deck. Oh yeah! It's weird because I feel like a lot of the people who are commenting critically about oh no, that's fine, Jacob, because I was playing, like, I have another league to do after this one, so like at 4 o'clock was too early for me anyway. So like, don't even trip, dog. We have to have a solid opener. Well, we did have Alpine Moon. I mean, this shuts off their Tron, right? I mean, that's for all intents and purposes, that's as good as Magus. So like, it's not, that wasn't like a truly staggering feat. Should I have had more bolts than Unholy Heat? Randy Rootwall is a competitive player. He'll play anything that wins. I mean, we've got turn 3 Charmaw on the draw, but that's not good enough. I have to ship this. This hand doesn't do anything anyway. This hand doubly doesn't do anything. It had good cards in it. Now we're going to 4. Thanks for the follow there. Pairs 0923. Yeah, Ragavan Charmaw is a dream. But like Ragavan plus Magus, Ragavan plus Alpine Moon. Just like Ragavan on the play, I'll take it. That's just magic happening, Tank. This is where the magic happens. Just if anyone's not clear, this right here, this is where the magic happens. Turn 3 Magus. I could go DRC Bauble Traverse. It's almost definitely the better hand. This is a better hand than keeping the Magus. Just so we're all clear. Like, I'm going to keep this, and we're going to keep track of how the game would go if I'd played Magus on 3 on the draw. And we're going to see that that definitely was correct, right? Yikes. I definitely don't want that. Ancient Stirring is on top. Yikes! Alright, probably dead. I mean, we did the best we could on that game. We won the game 2, which was almost more than I was expecting. But, yeah. Oh! Guaranteed no turn 3 Tron. Didn't crack the map. Alright. So you're saying there's a chance. There is almost definitely no chance. Oh my god, this hand is so garbage. Okay, so this is kind of a non-bow. But that's fine, because I don't want to draw that. You just want to rip traverses here? Like, you mean out of the deck? Or, I don't know what that means. Like, usually draw. Usually rip means I want to draw the traverses. But, like, I don't have Delirium and I can't get it. I'm going to hold the second traverse for sure. But it's really sketch. Yeah. Like, it's just nothing I can do, right? Yeah, I know I could have, but, like, I don't know. I don't know exactly how I'm imagining this works out in our favor, but I am. We could just draw Alpine Moon, right? Or Magus. Or Tarmogoyf, right? It's our good buddy Goyf, yeah. So, like, we have 4 mana next turn, which if they... let's say they play something, they remove the Goyf, and then I draw a Bolt for their Karn Liberated, assuming they play Karn Liberated, not Ugin. And then, like, there's ways this works out. Because they're about to play their 3rd Tron land, which means Traverse into Obsidian is only 3 mana. So if I draw a Bolt... Shit. Brutal. Yeah, this is the worst case scenario. And it exiles, so it doesn't even add to the Delirium. So, that's fine. It's fine. We did the best we could, and it just wasn't good enough. The fact that it didn't even give me Delirium there is like the super tilt. We're going to play a very similar deck, Drek. We're playing a very similar deck next. Aha! GG, I have the high ground. Concede. So we 2-3'd, and as I suspected, I did mention like unfair decks, but like BTL Shift is like just a mid-range control deck that just goes way over the top of this. We played against them twice and we got annihilated. Tron is definitely winnable, but being on the draw in game 1 makes it even more unwinnable. And then that means you're going to be on the draw in 3, which is not necessarily a problem, but like as we saw there, I mulled to 4 to try to find a reasonable hand with a hate piece and a threat, and we couldn't do it. And that's fine. That happens to every deck. Traverse and the whole Traverse package is super cute, but it just never, ever really came up in these matches. Like, basically never. I think, like, one time in the whole league we, like, did anything clever with Traverse. So, it does give you some flexibility. Toolbox packages are something I definitely like a lot. And Urza Saga is... Yeah, I think there's a Ghost Quarter in the other deck we're checking out today, Jig. So, that may be important. Yeah. But they're also playing more lands than you. So that's what we're going to look at in a second here. So you can definitely see that. Yeah. And some of these main deck pieces, like, I don't know if we need main deck Endurance where we could have a main deck Charmaw to shore up game 1 against Tron potentially. And then this card is never awful. Like, I mean, I guess if you naturally draw it in a matchup where they have 0 lands that produce colorless, it's pretty bad. But then so is Endurance when you run into certain matchups where it just doesn't matter. It's got better stats per mana cost, but the enter the battlefield effect being worthless is like... It does have Flash, though. Okay, maybe that's not the right card. And the rest of these I like a lot. Although Clothis in the current metagame, I don't know. Yeah, just Charmaw is definitely awful in a lot of matchups, but like... But, like, Pillage has text, at least. Well, not Pillage, Stone Rain. So, I don't know. Oh, it's not even Stone Rain. It's non-basic only. So, I don't know. I'd be happy to see if there are more developments for this deck. And, like, I don't know. It's pretty good. Pretty neat. Run and Six Saga Exploration. I mean, obviously I was more successful with Fran's deck, but it also fits my style a little bit more. I don't like playing aggressive decks in this format where you're just like mull to 6 frequently. You frequently mull to 6, and then you look at a hand and you're like, well, I hope they don't have 2 pieces of removal. And then they have 2 pieces of removal, and you're like, oh, I hope my Saga's good enough. And like sometimes it is, and those games are kind of neat, but this feels very similar to the food decks to me, where it's just like, it's super, super sweet, but it's not really competing unless you're getting pretty lucky. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe maybe that is a wrong impression. You know what I mean? Because obviously I haven't played it enough to be experienced with it. So we are going to move on to yesterday's challenge winning list, Bullwinkle's Red Sagavan. But if you are in the future on the YouTube, you'll be able to see that video somewhere on my YouTube. And if you've just finished watching this video, you can hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, and check out any of my other videos that I've made, and I will see you there.